A bomb it will be then.
Come on, show you something. An old witch's trick for tough winters. Not terribly subtle, but...
Effective?
Mm-hmm. Remember, don't ever do this.
Why show it to me at all, then?
Just in case. Never know what could happen on the path, what could save your life. All right, let's go.
Who taught you that?
Vesemir. A long time ago.
How long?
Very. Back when I wanted to call myself Geralt Roger Eric Duot Belagarcy.
What?
Tell you about it tonight.
And about the time you broke your leg after wagering you'd jump off the roof of Kaer Morhen and land a horse's back?
How do you even know about that?
Eskel told me. But I want to hear you tell it. I'm certain you have a rational explanation. You never gave me piggyback rides at Kaer Morhen, remember? Vesemir was the only one willing.
Had to wait till now to remind me? You've put on some weight since Kaer Morhen. Hey. Ciri.
We should get back. Remember me training on the pendulum? How I feared I'd never manage, yet you forbade me from giving up. I was black and blue practically all the time. That pendulum was a nightmare.
How can I forget?
Those months at Kaer Morhen, they passed so quickly. I wish we'd spent more time together then.
What's going on here? What?
Almost managed to forget it was today.
Oh, she has to go be queen.
They're here for me, Geralt. I'm going to Nilfgaard, to Ymir. I know you didn't expect this, but in Vizima, my father and I spoke. For long. Argued, really, and parted. Then a messenger came with a letter. I didn't say anything at first because I wasn't sure, and then I realized I had to stop fleeing. I realized that if I wish to change anything, I cannot do so hunting monsters round forgotten villages. I must do so from there. From Nilfgaard.
You make this choice on your own?
If you mean to suggest Yennefer had anything to do with this, then the answer is no.
Great. She even know?
No. And I'd prefer she not get involved this time.
I'll let you tell her that. You could have told me, warned me.
I wanted to, but I didn't know how. I've been happy here. I was afraid I'd ruin it. I wanted to make every minute count.
So, back at the nest, I was about this. I didn't pry. Didn't want to force you to tell me. Thought we had time. A lot more time. Is this what you want?
Yes. You'll not try to stop me. Take me to the Blue Mountains by force.
Traveled half the world to find you, but I never intended to force anything on you.
I know.
You'll be fine. You're a witcher.
We needn't say goodbye.
Of course we don't.
I don't know when we'll see each other again.
You know where to find me.
You can't possibly stay at Kaer Morhen all the time.
Makes no difference. You'll find me.
True.
Remember what I taught you. Never know. Could be useful there too.
Selling that right away. That is not English.
The Third Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the northern realms could not withstand Ymir's countless legions. Black banners appeared over Novigrad and all Redania. Weary of rebel raids, Emir Var-Emreis conceded, restoring Temeria as a realm in liege to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid down their arms, the Emperor shifted his forces to other fronts. Through Nilfgaard's victory, Temerians got their country back, and history, once again, proved a consummate trickster. Having dealt with Radovid, Emir Var-Emreis did the same with enemies domestic. The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and aristocrats alike. Though their mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. After years in exile, Ciri returned to Nilfgaard, her paternal home, where Emir prepared to name her his successor. The woman had the necessary qualities. From her father, she'd inherited an empress's political instincts. From Geralt, she had gained a sense of simple human decency. Few monarchs boast both traits, which is quite a shame. While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations. Boring, you say? Perhaps. but both had sought this more than anything else.
That's it? Okay. That wasn't the most satisfying ending they could have given me, I guess. They didn't say what happened to any of the sorcerers that helped us. Or the... what was his name? God, I forgot his name already. The elf sage person that helped us. Lots of unanswered questions. Lots of stories that I wish they would just end it. But other than that, the game itself is pretty good. The story was... I don't know. The story was too heroic for my my liking. You know, have to help Ciri, and then she saves the world. And then she become empress, and then rule over all the lands. I don't know. I feel like it could have been toned down a little bit. More focus on the Witcher would have been nicer. Instead, this time it again focuses on political intrigue, which is annoying. You know, like the last game we already focused on political stuff. I really wanted this game to be more like, oh no, there's monsters, go kill it. Oh no, there's monsters, go kill that. Yes, it sounds boring, but that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know, and sometimes maybe you fight against like a couple of soldiers here and there. And don't even get me started on the whole open world shit. My god, what a terrible game design decision. Like, honestly, that has got to be the worst open world experience I have ever seen in any video game that is open world. Like, honestly, it is so boring. Go here, open that treasure chest. Go there, open that treasure chest. Do that 500 times. And then, not only that, go there and blow up that monster nest. Go here and go kill that monster nest. It's like, oh my god, please. Oh, it is annoying to say the least. Like, it is not fun open world content. Other than that, another thing that I have a gripes about in this game is that there are leveling caps, which annoy the shit out of me. I wish the enemies in this game would just level up with you, you know? Or not at all. Like, yes, you have levels, but enemies should not get stronger. Your weapon shouldn't have more attack damage for no reason. Like, this whole RPG element to The Witcher is terrible. Like, it is horribly implemented. I wish they didn't do this. Like, I wish weapons, yes, you can find higher quality weapons, but not the same weapon, higher level, do more damage and have better stats just because it's higher level. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're literally telling me that this master crafted item at level 12 for some reason is weaker than the same master level crafted item crafted by the best smiths ever, and according to the game, this weapon is the best anyone could ever make, and for some reason, later on in the game, you find the same weapon and it's better. Because it's higher level. Because of that RPG element. That is a dumb mechanic. I wish they would have stuck with the Witcher 2 style of weapons. To where, yes, you find stronger weapons. And that's it. You don't find duplicates of the same weapons. That's another problem I have with this game. Like, there are so many copies of the same weapons, of the same armor, just littered throughout the entire world. And then all that is different is that it's higher level. But what if you're like me? Okay, let's put into perspective. If you're like me, who just goes out and find every chest possible out there first, that means all the items, all the unique items you're gonna find, all the armors, everything will be at that level. Because items, when you find them, matches your level minus or plus 10 levels. So it could be 10 level lower than what you're at, or actually not plus 10. It's in the range of 10, right? It's between 10 levels lower to your current level. It's rarely ever higher. So that means when you're doing this at a low level, you're going to find all these low level items. And then later on in the game, what are you going to do? You can't go open more treasure chests. You already opened them all. So you can't find higher level items. Crafting in this game is complete shit compared to like the items you find in the actual world. So what is left? I don't understand, you know? I just don't understand what they were going with that RPG element. Not to mention, the whole skill system is complete bullshit. I hated it. Like, really? 12 skills that you can slot into 12 slots, while you give me like what, 50, 60 skills? What? So you're telling me that this Witcher right here, this one in The Witcher 3 is weaker than the one in The Witcher 2, because in The Witcher 2 you can have every single skill, every single one. All the potion skills, all the signs, and all the melee skills. Every single one. But in this game, you can only have 12 of them. So what happened to me was, yes, I'm really good with melee and the Quen sign. But my potions suck, even though Witchers are supposed to be really good at potion making and that stuff. So, what? Like, it baffles my mind as to why they did that. I wish they would just let me equip all the skills. You know, like every time I unlock a new skill, it's auto-equipped. And if I want to, yes, I can put them into the 12 slots to increase, to basically do the bonus thing for the weird, whatever those are called. You know what I'm talking about, like, you know, 10% to damage, and then you have 3 is 40%. Yeah, it's like that thing. If you want to do that, you can. You know, like it's a bonus thing. So that makes you focus more in one tree than all the others. If you really want melee, you max out melee first because you want to fill all 12 slots with melee skills, and then go out and search for the red mutagens, right? And then you slot them into the 4 slots to increase your melee skill to the best it can possibly be. But no, they didn't do that. They instead make it so that you unlock skills, but you can't use them. What? Really? That's terrible. That is legitimately terrible. Like, I have worked my ass off to unlock these skills, and then you're telling me I can't use them. In an RPG, that should be a sin. Honestly, in an RPG, that should be a fucking sin to tell me that I spent all this time unlocking skills and then I can't use it. That's a shitty game design. So, yeah. There's a lot of problems with this game. And I don't understand how people gave this game a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10 at all. It has so many problems with it. Like, it baffles my mind. You know? Yes, I agree this game is really good, but is it a perfect game? No way it isn't. Like, I have so much problem with this game. And I haven't even mentioned that this game has a level capping system, like a level locking system. if you're at the beginning of the game, if you watch my earlier parts of the playthrough when I got to Velen, I walked, well not walked, I rode my horse literally 10 seconds in a different direction than where I'm supposed to go. I was at level 12 or 13. I ran into level 31 bandits and they fucking murdered me in 2 hits. You're telling me that the Witcher can't handle some bandits just because they're higher level. That is stupid. That is arbitrary, like, level locking is what I like to call it, by preventing players from, like, going to different places by making monsters stronger than they are so that they can't explore the map at the beginning of the game, which baffles my mind. Secondly, some of the contracts that you get, you have to fight monsters that are level 33, 34, 36 in the very first map of the game. Let me ask you this. How the fuck is that possible when, okay, by the end of the game, you're only level 28 or 30? Yeah, I'm not kidding. If you play this game without cheating, by the end of the game, if you did literally every single quest, do every single objective, find every treasure chest, kill every monster nest, clear every monster dens, you're about level 30 or 32, okay? It is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, really? So you're telling me that even at near the end of the game, all these monsters that I found in the beginning of the game, like, I believe there's 2 or 3 that are level 30 plus, I still can't fight them. Like, what? Why? That is so dumb. Like, this RPG element to the game, I think just kills this game for me. Because I don't feel like The Witcher at the beginning of the game. You know? The only way for me, personally, to feel like I was playing The Witcher, and I am The Witcher, was to make myself level 60 immediately. That way, I can fight everyone. I can go against every monster because I'm strong enough to do so. And that is how this game is supposed to be like. But unfortunately, it isn't. I had to give myself so much experience so I don't have to go through that bullshit of the game world telling me that I can't do this or can't do that because game reasons. What? That is so dumb to me. So dumb. And this credit's way too long. It's been 15 minutes and plus it's been like, okay, it's ending. Thank God. So yes, those are my grievances with the game. What does the game excel at? Story? I guess? If you can say that, like story? I mean, some of the side quests is pretty good. That's pretty much it. The combat system in this game is the best out of all the Witcher games. I'll be honest with that. However, is it the best melee combat game I've ever played? No! I played fucking Shadow of Mordor. That has a much better combat system than this game. Okay, what was that quest I failed? Cast a runaway. I did, though! What? Okay, whatever. Alright. Let me finish up my thoughts on this, and then I'm going to start the DLC in the next video. But, in my opinion, The Witcher 3 is a good game. Is it what everyone claims it to be? The best, awesomest, like, perfect game of this year? No. Absolutely not. Like, it's good. It's very good. Okay? It's not perfect. Like, it's not even close to being perfect. Okay? This is definitely not a 10 out of 10. Definitely not. So, I don't think I need to talk any more about my grievances. I've already listed them all. What I like this game for is definitely the combat feels really good in comparison to other Witcher games. I've experienced better combat, but that's besides the point. You know, I wish the parry system would work on monsters. Don't know why it doesn't. I wish the parry system would have a counter, other than the fact that you have to press attack right after you counter someone. That is not a counter. You know, I guess they want you to, like, do it yourself thing, but I wish, like, if you just parry it correctly, he just does damage to that person immediately, instead of you having to press attack right afterwards. Signs? I like that there's secondary functionality to all the signs. Signs are useless, except for gwent. Actually, strike that. Gwent is also useless on the hardest difficulty, because they break through it in one hit and you still take like 25% of your health, which is baffling to me. Potions. I don't know. There's too many. Look at this. Look at this. Way too many. How many of these I've used? 0. I've used none of these. None of them. Like, you don't need them. They're absolutely superfluous. They don't need to be here. They're not good enough to be here. Swallow, completely, absolutely terrible at this stage of the game. Like, unless you're speccing into potions, Swallow is useless. 80 vitality regeneration while you have 6k health. Sure, is per second. So you heal about 1,600 damage in the duration of Swallow out of 6,000. Lame. Which is why I guess they have a White Rafford decoction this time around, so that you can just heal immediately to max. So that's a good thing, right? Thunderbolt potion. They fucking killed this potion. Like in the previous game, it just gives you, I believe, an extra critical hit chance. This time around, it gives you 100% critical hit chance in the middle of storms. So unless it's raining, this potion is useless. I don't know why I even have it equipped, but yeah. Like, what? Are you serious? Actually, this should be the thing that I have here. So, yeah. Crossbow, absolutely useless other than the fact that you have to shoot down flying enemies. Trophies, completely useless. 100% useless. I've never seen any trophy that actually did something cool, other than putting it on your horse to make it look cool. But then again, that's also kind of weird, because you have this head on your horse that never decays. Yeah. I think I've listed everything I hate about this game. And I can't think of a single thing about this game that I really love. I can think of a couple things that I like. Okay, I like the story. I like the different side stories. In my opinion, the side stories are much better than the main story. The quest about the Baron, love it. You know, about his wife, his family relationship thing, great. Great story. How he tried his best, but anyways, you know, it's a good story. I love all the side story. The main story of this game, completely stupid. Like, why? It's there as a bridge, basically. It's basically how I would explain the main story of this game. It's the tree's trunk. Okay? That's it. It's basically the thing that holds the game together. It's a way for the game to say, this is your path. Like, this is your linear path. However, we're going to have all these really cool branches that are going to be, like, you know, jutting out of the main story. And these branches are going to be filled with leaves and acorns and fruits, which are much better than the actual tree trunk itself. So the tree trunk is just going to be there as a support for all these much better things around it. And that's what I feel like the main story of this game is like. It has no imagination whatsoever. Okay? Yes, you go and save Ciri, but it all ends up being a heroic story for Ciri, which is like, oh, okay, that's kind of dumb. I've spent all this time to save you, and then nothing. So yeah, the ending of this game could have been better. They could have talked a lot more about different things. Other than focusing just on Geralt, they could have talked about Dandelion, Zoltan, all these other characters, you know, that been there. They could have talked about the Baron. Yes, it's like spoken during the story that he's venturing on an adventure to find a cure for his wife. Did he find a cure for his wife? Who fucking knows? Because the game didn't tell you. And can you find out about it right now, after the game is over? Nigga, of course not. Because they just said that everything is reverted back to before the final chapter happened. So yes, he's still on the journey in this right now. Which is unfortunate. There's like all these characters that I really want to find out where their story is going to lead them. But am I going to find out? Absolutely not. So yeah, what the fuck happened? You know? All these really cool side branching stories, none of them have a very good conclusion. Well, very few of them have a very good conclusion. Like, they only spoke, like, I believe 5 stories out of, like, 30 that we did, and gave them a conclusion in the final cutscene. That's pathetic. That's really lame, you know? So, I don't understand. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I don't understand how people can praise this game so much. It's a good game, but in my eyes, it's far from being a perfect 10. Alright. So with that all said, what would I give this game? My personal score for this game. In my opinion, all the minor gripes that I have with this game, all the things I've said, I would have to give this game, I would say, an 8.5. However, I'm going to give it a 9. 9 out of 10. Okay? Simply because I feel like that all the side stories, all the really good character development for all these extra characters that you run into, really, in my opinion, holds up the game and beat out all these bad gameplay mechanic decisions that they've made. So yeah, that's my final score for this game. Balancing the fact that the gameplay could have been so much better, but the side stories of this game is so, in my opinion, very well crafted and done. It balances each other out, you know? So, in my opinion, The Witcher 3 have tons of problems with the gameplay mechanics, but the side stories are what is holding this game up. If you're going to play this game and all you do is play the main story, you are missing out on so much good content. And by good content, I mean the side stories. What you should do in this game is do every single quest that you can possibly do. Not the contracts, those are terrible. Okay, you can do them for like extra cash and stuff, but I meant side stories. You have to do those. Those are what this game is good at. Those are the golden eggs of The Witcher 3. Everything else, it's plain silver. It's not good. It's good, but not awesome. It's functionable, you know? It's better than some games, but it's worse than some other games. So yeah. That was a really long opinion about this game for me. And I usually do this, so it's nothing new. But after all that said and done, I am going to play the main story. I mean, sorry. The DLC. The main DLC story. I am going to play it. And it's going to be awesome. You know? So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this really long playthrough of The Witcher 3. Oh my god. This is like nearing, what? 190 episodes? 180 episodes? I'm not sure. But yeah. I really had a good time playing it. I hope you guys had a good time watching it. I hope my playthrough was intriguing to you in some respect. You know, all the decisions I made that differ from other people. Yeah. And my playstyle is probably a lot different than other people at the beginning. Then I realized that melee is the way to go. So I switched back to swords. But yeah, at the beginning I was like, Igni everything, and that was not working out very well. Anywho, thank you guys for watching this playthrough. I had a blast playing this for you guys. So I'm looking forward to the DLC stuff. That'll be fun. I heard that the first DLC is around 10 hours long, and that is just the main story. They say the main story is just 10 hours long. So that means all the side content, all that stuff should be make it around another 20-hour worth of playthroughs or parts for a playthrough. So that'll be really fun. I saw that they're adding in a lot more new content to it too, like a new system to where you can make weapons better than what they are. So that'll be really cool too. Like, I'm excited to see what that is, and I'm also excited for the final DLC that they're gonna have, which is going to be a 20-hour long DLC, and I believe that's just with the main story. So like 20-hour worth of main content, not like, you know, chest collecting and all that stuff. All right, enough talking. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go drink some water because my voice is dead. Hope you guys had a good day, and I can't wait to see you in the DLC playthrough. All right, bye bye.